Gets open for three. Dagger!
Hello, and welcome back to Well Beyond the Arc. We got a real show today because I'm joined by my co-host. Thanks for bearing with me last episode. It was a little on the rough side. But David, it's great to see you, bro. How have you been?
I've been really good. I've been really good. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. Oh, I miss this. I miss talking about basketball. I've been locked in with other sports, especially college football. Well, not really college football because obviously Penn State sucked this year. But it's good to be back. It's good to be really back. And when I mean really back, we all know what I mean by that. If you don't know, well, you probably live under a rock. But anyways, yes, let's go.
This is going to be a good, oh, my cat's joining in now too. Come on, bro, get out of the way. It's going to be a good season for reasons that me and David feel. I don't know if everyone else feels it, but we're feeling like we're in for a good year. Speaking of good, we're going to move on to how we usually start our show, good, bad, and ugly. And I'm going to be completely honest. My good was the Lakers, but I had to change it because that's what I put when I was solo. My good is the Raptors. The Raptors are on the rise.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Going
That's
crazy,
a good
bro.
one.
Best start since 2000, since they won the championship. I mean, they are rolling. This team looks nice. The team that they were piecing together, in my opinion, makes more sense now. So they're second in the East. So they're not a sneaky team, but I think they could sneakily keep in the top 3 or 4 the whole season and be a playoff team because they look solid. It's going to depend on their health. Health is everything, especially in the NBA. It's such a long season. But the Raptors are my good, bro. How could they not be? They're playing phenomenal basketball. And if yours is the Lakers, that's okay because you weren't here last show, so you can talk all about it.
No, you obviously have to be because Lakers are the second seed in the West, right? So obviously that's definitely one to look into. But to be honest, I wanted to go a little bit much further. I'm forgetting my English. It much better because I don't think this team gets enough credit, right? Actually, in fact, I feel like there are 2 teams really, but I want to go with this one because they are the defending champions. The Oklahoma City Thunder are 17-1, or is it 18-1? Because I remember they won yesterday. I saw a stat where SGA hasn't played in fourth quarter in 11 games.
Yeah.
He hasn't played in the fourth quarter in 11 games this season. That is a crazy, like, come on now, think about it. That means that's how dominant they have been. Like, no, they're just going on, like, they're one of the quiet defending champions. No one's talking about them. Everyone's like, oh, the Lakers, oh, the Pistons, like Raptors, all those guys, like all that. But like, no one's talking about SGA and what the Clippers are doing. Like, they're quietly just going under the radar and dominating the NBA, dominating the West, dominating the East, dominating everyone. 11 games SGA hasn't played in the fourth quarter. And they're doing this without Jalen Williams. Remember, Jalen Williams is out. So it's just the other guys. I don't know. And the other thing I wanted to talk about was Denver too. Denver is crazy. Like, for some reason, you expected them to be bad because obviously they stuck their mind, but they're so much better this season.
This is the best they've been since they won the championship. Easily. They're playing
it's crazy.
Phenomenal basketball. I hate it, bro. I don't like the Nuggets, but you can't deny it. Moving on to the bad. It's got to be the injury bug, bro. It's running rampant, and it always is. But for whatever reason, the injury bug feels like it's hidden a little bit sooner this time. We got our guy LeBron back. He's in. He's playing some good minutes again, getting his legs back. So it's good to see him. And a couple other players will be returning. But, I mean, you've got Wemby. If you were here last show, which, please, I hope most of you were not. But if you were here last show when it was just me, I had Wemby in my top 3 MVP voting, and he's out. He's missed too much time. He won't be able to be eligible for it when he returns, is my assumption. But he was playing basketball that put him on that level. He is the type of player that can win Defensive Player of the Year and MVP in the same season if he stays healthy. And that's a big if. So that's a big one for me. And, of course, there are other injuries throughout the league, but that's a big one for me because that dude – by far was a top 3 MVP candidate. And I think as the season went on, look how successful the Spurs have been. And it's, in my opinion, yes, they have some pieces. because of Wemby. They have a good team other than Wemby, but they're not going to win as many games with Wemby being out. But they said 2 to 3 weeks for his injury when he went out. And then I saw something that said it was season ending. That I don't believe is true. I do believe that they wouldn't know that, like, it's not a season ending one, but that's a lot of time for your star to miss. So my bad is the injury bug. It's running rampant. And again, it feels like it's hitting early. I don't want it to hit. It better not hit Kevin Durant, Luka, or LeBron, because I'm going to the Christmas Day Lakers game. And if any of those players are out, bro, that's going to be – that's it. Anyway, what's up?
The Christmas game is in LA?
Christmas in LA and going to the game. I'm pretty hyped, bro.
Oh, the Rockets – that's the Rockets. The Rockets LA is in LA, right?
Yeah, it'll be a home game for Lakers. Bro, pull up. Come on, man. Come on. Let's go. Let's make it happen. But no, dude, I am so excited. And Kevin Durant's all those players are healthy right now. They just have to stay healthy. But no, my bad is the injury bug. What is your bad for this show?
Yeah. There are a few bads I could pick. That one's a big one because it's kind of weird, like the injury bug coming in this early in the season. I could also go to the Warriors because remember when Warriors started, everyone was like, oh, they'll be up there. I could also go there, but I am going to go. I have to go. I should go. I could also go with Boston too, because Boston has kind of been weird. But we kind of expected it. I could also go with the Pacers too. Pacers also, I could go with that too, but I'm going to go with the Clippers because I won't lie to you. I did not see this coming from the Clippers.
I thought they were going to be one of the teams.
I know. Like, I did not see this. Was it 4-12 or something like that? 5-12, something like that. Like, I did not, and they'll probably lose today also too. But that's just by the side. I did not see this coming from the Clippers. I'm still shocked by it. I'm really still shocked by it. I don't know what to say. I don't know what the problem is. Are they missing Kawhi? Like, come on, it can't just be Kawhi.
No, it's not.
But yeah, I'm just going to stop there.
Team. That's a good bad. But it's also good. It should be your good, bro, that the Clippers are bad because it's a good thing. But moving on to ugly, there's only one. I mean, there's a few uglies. My ugly is the Wizards are on an 0-10 run, and I did not think the Wizards were going to be anything, but I thought they would be a little bit better than a team that loses 10 games in a row. So they're playing pretty bad basketball. I mean, you could throw the Pelicans in there. Any team below 10, you could really throw in this mix. But it definitely strikes me a little bit different because I didn't think the Wizards were going to be great, but I thought they'd be better than what they are. The Pacers, they are another team that's been bit by the injury bug, and then they lost some pieces in the offseason. So it was expected that they wouldn't be a top 5-6 team, but I thought they'd at least be in the play-in situation right now, and they're not. And I don't think they will get in I think the Pacers season is done. I don't think that's a hot take. I don't think they're going to recover. Maybe they squeak it to the 10th, but they're going to have to go on a big run that I don't think they can with the pieces they have right now. So my ugly is the Wizards, but let's just chalk it to any team lower than 10 because they're playing pretty ugly basketball. What about you?
Is this my internet? I don't know. But I'm just talking about the franchises we shouldn't really be talking about, to be honest. Like the Wizards, Hornets, like they have been in the rebuilding phase for like the past 5 years. Like Wizards,
Hornets, I thought would maybe be a little bit.
Pelicans,
Hornets, Pelicans.
I don't know. But that's a fair shout out as to ugly. My ugly. I'm trying to think. I had it right here and then I forgot. Oh, why am I blanking? The Kings. That is it. The Kings. The Kings are kind of a shocker, and in an ugly way, because I didn't really see this from them. I didn't expect them to. Like, they still have. Obviously, Sabonis is out. Yes, I saw something about him being out. I don't know if it's to the end of the season. But he's out. So, but they still have DeMar. They still have Westbrook. They still have Dennis Schroeder. So to be where they are right now, it's kind of shocking and it's kind of ugly because they do have star power, they have players, they have ballers. But I don't really know. I don't know. It's kind of ugly. I don't know what it was, Clippers or Kings or Celtics. Again, these are just team
Celtics,
Pacers.
yeah.
Even Pacers too is surprising.
You could throw
Pacers
Celtics.
is shocking because Pacers is shocking to me because it's like, okay, yes, we know Halliburton is out. We know they lost Miles Turner. You
Did
can't be
you
what?
think they
What
were
are
going
they?
to be better? Did you think they
I
were
thought
going
they
to be
would be
better
better.
than they are? Did you think
I
they'd be?
thought they would
Where
be
did you
better.
think they'd be at? Where did you think they'd be at by
At
now
least
in
in
this
the playing spot, they'll be competing
season?
for the
Yeah.
playing spot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just terrible. I'm not getting me wrong. I've not really watched their game to know if like how good they are, whatever. But if you are losing games, you probably are not playing well.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Some instances, obviously luck and all, but still, it's shocking. The Pacers really are. Actually, that should be my argument, the Pacers, because I'm fixated on how down they have come to. So yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't really decide. There's just so much going on.
Well, no,
That is
that's
kind
a
of
good pick.
shocking.
I threw a few names out there because there's a lot of ugly right now. There's a lot of great basketball and there's a lot of ugly basketball. So anyways, we'll obviously check in next episode and see where we're at. Hopefully, we got a little different list, but I'm sure some of these teams will still be in this area and still would be able to be talked about next episode. But hopefully, we'll save it for something else. Moving on, it's the name of the title, talking about the battle for LA. Is it really a battle this season, though? I'm not really sure. The Lakers take on the Clippers at 10 p.m. Central Time. That is a late game. That is an extremely late game, but I will be watching it. Probably falling asleep to it, to be honest, if I'm completely honest. But Lakers versus Clippers. I mean, the Clippers have kind of owned the Lakers for the last couple of seasons in a lot of ways, season record or series record wise. But the Lakers are not only playing basketball that's better than the Clippers, they are playing basketball, in my opinion, that is better than every team in the West except OKC and maybe the Nuggets. I would possibly say the Nuggets would be a team that are at least right with them, but every other team, the Lakers are clearing right now. They're doing something they haven't done in years, and that's starting games strong and finishing games strong. They're the healthiest they've been in a lot of ways. The pieces they picked up, I didn't think were going to do that well, are doing a lot better than I honestly thought. So this is a really good setup for the Lakers. And then on the Clippers side, they've got star power. They've got some injuries, but they did pick some offseason pieces up, and they did, in my opinion, look like they were building for a successful season. And it's the exact opposite. So in my personal opinion, it's the battle for LA. It's going to be a close game for the first half. I do believe we'll be separated by under 10 points by halftime, but I think the Lakers clear in the second half and win by 10 plus. I don't think it's going to be close when the final buzzer goes. I think we'll win by 10 plus points against the Clippers tonight. I think the Clippers will make it a game for as long as they can, but you said it best. They're missing players, and even when they have the whole team, they just look like an incomplete basketball team, and the Lakers on the other side of that coin. So give me the Lakers winning the first matchup for battle for LA today and going up on the season series. David, do you think the Flippers have any chance, or is it LA Lake Show all the way?
The Flippers, that's a good one. That's a really good one, Flippers. This is an in-season game, in-season tournament game. Lakers win
Oh,
this
I
and
didn't
they
even
clinch the
realize that.
group.
Yeah, it is, isn't
Lakers
it?
win this and they clinch the group. So yeah, I do have LA winning this. Clippers, no, I don't have Clippers winning.
Yeah, the Clippers don't have enough. The Lakers have a pretty complete team. I do
Mm-hmm.
think a team like OKC or the Nuggets could keep us, and probably I don't want to, maybe not the Nuggets. OKC, I mean, you said it best. They are on a roll, and a lot of defending champ teams don't go on that roll the next season, and they are on that roll. And it's because of the offseason moves they made. But I think for me, it's just not going to be it's going to be a competitive game, but then the Lakers are going to take control of it, and then there's going to be no turning back. I think that we've seen the
Yeah.
Lakers do that against plenty of teams that are, in my opinion, better than the Clippers. So I think they'll handle business. And then the question is, who owns LA? I mean, again, the Clippers have overall. There's no question.
Why is
The
that even
Lakers,
a, I don't I still don't know why that's a conversation. Because let's be real. Unless you win
season
a
by
title,
season,
right?
the Lakers haven't
Like
won a season series against the
Clippers haven't
Clippers.
done anything though to be like, okay, season series,
If
okay,
we're
wow,
talking
okay,
recent
cool.
history, the Lakers haven't really either, though. I mean, we have a championship. We have one championship, but the Clippers have been to the playoffs pretty consistently, and they've beat us in our season series. But your point about it being ridiculous as a whole is a good point, because I mean the Lakers have, what is it, 17 championships, 18? So
when we talk about, like, let's if we leave basketball for a minute, we talk about football for a minute. Let's talk about the Rams and the Chargers. No one says battle for LA, because we all know that the Rams are better, like by far better than Chargers.
That's a good connection.
So like, why do we bring up? Because what? Okay, they end up beating us and doing what? Nothing. Like, okay, let's even leave championship. The in-season tournament, though, we won it first, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, we did. We did, which is fair. Listen,
I don't really have anything to say about the Clippers. They're just.
I agree with you. If they had here's where would change this. If the Clippers had a championship within the last 5 to 10 years, we really would be neck and neck, because we'd have the same exact accolades. But because we won the chip and have been a little more consistent, like in a playoff scenario, I definitely would give the edge to the Lakers. And they have 17 championships. The Clippers have 0, and I don't think they're not looking like they're going to win one anytime soon. They're going to have a different squad to win one, in my opinion. So time will tell. But again, that squad they have now is not going to make it very far, in my opinion. But moving on to, we have some exciting, obviously Thanksgiving is coming up, and we hope everyone has a good Thanksgiving. But right after Thanksgiving, we got some big games on the Friday slate. We're not going to spend too much time on this one, because it's not going to be as exciting as it was going to be originally. Lakers versus Mavs. If it's a healthy Mavs with AD, Kyrie, and everybody, it is an actual game. It's not going to – the Lakers are going to win by 15 plus. Luka's going to have a 50 piece. That's how that game's going to go, in my opinion. It's not, but it was supposed to – if AD was healthy – whoops, I don't know what that was. If AD was healthy, if Kyrie was healthy, if they were playing more consistent basketball, it would be a game. It would absolutely be a game to talk about. But I do think the Mavs will hold their own for a little while, but I think the Lakers win by 15 plus. What are your thoughts on the Mavs versus Lakers game on Friday? Easy win? Easy dub?
No win in the NBA is easy. Let's be real.
Fair.
Let's just say that. Now, would they win by 15 points? It's possible. I mean, this happened before. It's possible. Mavs are kind of weird this season. Like, let's be, they don't have, like, no AD, no Kyrie. Clay has been moved to the bench. Flag is still finding his Flag is still finding his feet. So it's kind of a weird one, really. In terms of the Mavs. Now, do I think they can win? Yeah, obviously, you can win any given night. You can win any game. Lakers win by 15. Yeah, I'll say less than. I'll say by 10, at least by 10. 15 is a stretch.
Fair.
The only reason why I say that is because that's also an in-season game, like in-season tournament game. And if Lakers win today, they have already clinched the group, move on to the next round. They might not, except for point differential, because point differential matters, right? So maybe that's the reason why they might probably win by more than 15. But if worst comes to worst, they'll probably win by 10. So there's nothing to say to it. Like,
I agree. I definitely think it'll be a game, and Lakers will get another dub and keep their high seeding in the West. Moving on to another Western Conference matchup that was, again, this would probably be the marquee matchup, but a player is gone, so it won't be as good. Nuggets versus Spurs. If Wemby was in, this would be a game. This would be a top tier matchup. Looking at Wemby versus Joker, this would be such a fun game. The Spurs have some talent, but the Nuggets are gonna win by 10 plus. I think the Spurs will only be able to hold on for so long, and then it's going to be all Nuggets. So I think the Nuggets win by 10 plus. But again, if Wemby is in any matchup, Wemby goes up against a all-star or a superstar big man, it's going to be a good matchup. It's going to be an exciting game because Wemby was averaging 4+ blocks a game. And that is insane. If he could stay healthy, and I'm not going to say this too much, I probably actually will. It's going to get annoying. But if he could stay healthy, that's a defensive player of the year multiple years that actually deserves to win it, because we've seen a Rudy Gobert that, in my humble opinion, does not deserve to have as many defensive player of the years as he does. So I think Wemby's a guy that would actually deserve those. But again, he's out. The Spurs have a little kick. They've got a little talent. I think they'll fight. They're a scrappy team, but the Nuggets are playing the best basketball they have in a couple of years. So give me the Nuggets by 15 plus, or excuse me, 10 plus. David, what are your thoughts on Spurs Nuggets? Do the Spurs have a chance? Also, Europeans are the best at basketball. I don't know. Well, I don't know.
The best player might not be European, you know. Anyways,
Canadians are the best at basketball.
Exactly. But what I think about Spurs now, it would be a tough one because the Spurs are still playing ball with. I mean, what, they are fourth in the West, fifth in the West, something like that.
Yeah. Top 5.
So it's not like they're lightweight without Wemby. But it might just be easier for Denver to win the game. I see Denver winning the game. To be easier for Denver to win. Again, I think that's also an in-season game. So it depends on where this. I don't know the exact standing for that group precisely. So that can, if it's like a win or go home type of thing, in terms of one team can clinch, the other team has to win to like, or they are out type of thing. It will be competitive, you know. It will definitely be competitive. So we'll see. But I have Denver winning it. Denver for sure. Denver are playing a basketball, a type of basketball that I've not seen before. Jokic is on a tier this season. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. I don't know what happened this offseason. But he's just different. I don't know. He's coming and he's ripping the league apart.
Yeah.
Like SJ is doing his thing. Like, let's be real, SJ is doing his thing. Luka is doing his thing. But Jokic is just. Now, I'm not saying Jokic for MVP. That might be too early for all that talk. But yeah, it's surprising to see how on a tier he's been on. So yeah,
it is. It's scary for the league because if players stay healthy and they're playing this level of basketball regular season, Joker plays that level during the playoffs. We see some players that fall off during. Joker's not one of them. So it's scary to see him this locked in this early. And that Nuggets team is the. I mean, they made some tough changes, some tough moves, but they look like they're all paying off. Then the last Friday match we're going to talk about is Bucks versus Knicks. I think this is going to be a classic Eastern Conference game that's going to be close, and it's not going to be a super high-scoring game, but I'm taking the Knicks. But the Bucks are going to fight, and the Bucks, I think, are 10th or 11th. They're low. Actually, the East is pretty close. And there's
Giannis is out, right? Giannis is still out.
Is he out? Maybe Giannis is out.
Yeah, he's out with hamstring strain or something. So that I can be wrong though, because I remember.
Oh yeah, you're right. He is. So it's gonna be. They're not gonna. But I think they're gonna. I think the Knicks win, but I don't think the Knicks win until the second half. I think the Bucks will stick around. They're missing key pieces. They're not the best basketball team. I don't know. Another hot take. I think Giannis is leaving the Bucks. I think Giannis, not now, but I think Giannis is leaving the Bucks and he's coming to the purple and gold. So you heard it here first. Hey, you saw him give the game ball. He found the game ball and gave it. I'm telling you, I know he's just a nice guy, but I think that's a sign. I'm just delusional probably, but I'm going to take that as a sign that he's coming to the Lakers. But no, the Bucks are going to keep it close. And because again, the Knicks are, I think, 5th or 6th right now, but they're not, they might be 7th, but they're not playing a level of basketball where they're going to just beat the Bucks the whole game and just blow. It's going to be a decently close game. I do think the Knicks will finish winning by 10-ish to 15-ish points when it's all said and done, but I do think that first half is going to be competitive. But the Bucks are an interesting team, and in my personal opinion, it's time for them to move on. I don't know. I think it's time for everyone to move on because I don't think Giannis is going to win another ring there. I just don't think that's going to happen. But anyways, that's another thing that we can obviously talk about as we go. But what are your thoughts on Bucks versus Knicks? What is this final score? Or what's your prediction if you don't have a final score? I'm guessing Knicks.
Can I just say I've been disappointed in Knicks, really. Like, you have Boston that, have kind of, we knew it to be a tough task, especially losing Porzingis and JC Taylor. So that they were out. We didn't really know what to expect from the Cavs. We didn't think the Cavs would do what they did last season again this season, So we're like, okay, the Pacers losing Tyrese, losing Miles Turner, they might not have been up there challenging. So I felt it was New York's year to dominate the East. But they have just been disappointing. To be honest, let's be real. Like, no one expected Detroit to be going on a 12-game win streak. Shout out to Detroit, by the way. Detroit are crazy this season. no one expected the Sixers without Joel Embiid to be doing what they are doing, or Toronto, the Raptors, as you said, to do what they are doing. Brandon Ingram is playing good basketball. The trio of Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, and RJ Barrett, like they're just amazing basketball up there. So I'm disappointed in the Knicks. I think the Knicks should have played like this was theirs to hold on to. But it is what it is. But with that being said, again, is Milwaukee without Giannis. I don't have too much. Anything the Knicks are winning. Jalen Brunson is a baller. Josh Hart is a baller. Carl Anthony Towns is a baller. This should be an easy dub for, like, again, no dub in the NBA is easy, but this should be an easy one for the Knicks.
Okay, yeah.
Especially, I believe is at Madison Square, right? Is it at Madison Square or
Yes, yeah, it is.
Yeah. So this should be an easy one. This should be an easy one for them, So
hey, for their sake, it should be. But like you said, you've been disappointed. I mean, they haven't played. They played five. I don't know. They're not playing the level of basketball they did last season, but they also there's plenty of. It's early in the year. They could take it in high gear. Teams do. Moving on, we're going to talk about any teams that we think made big moves in the off. Obviously, the offseason has been a while, but now the players that have moved teams or re-signed have shown us what they're about. You already said it. I'm just going to go one that didn't really gain or lose players was OKC, but they prioritized keeping players. They prioritized keeping the squad that won them the championship. And a lot of teams either make the mistake where they split the team up, or players just want to go somewhere else where they can get more money after winning a champion. There's just a bunch of scenarios. OKC avoided all of them and kept their team, and they're playing like it. They're playing better basketball than they did last year in a lot of ways, and they could finish on the same pace with their record last year, if not even better. I mean, they're playing phenomenal basketball. So shout out to the Thunder. Another team, the Suns. This Suns team is way better than any Kevin Durant team was ever. That had any Kevin Durant Suns team. This is better. This is a better team. They built this team through trades, they built this team up. And honestly, I did not think this team was going to be where they were. I thought maybe they had a chance of being a 10 seed. I believe they're 6th right now. So they are playing phenomenal basketball, and it's because they took some risks. Kevin Durant leaving, that wasn't one of them. I mean, that was good for everybody, and it was time. It was past time. But the Suns, bro, that's a sneaky team that really made some changes that have made a big difference. So those are two teams I'm thinking. What are some teams that you're impressed with that made moves in the offseason or didn't make moves and are still consistent?
This has really been this was a quiet offseason, let's be real. Like, there wasn't really other than KD to the Houston, there wasn't really much to go on. I'm trying to think.
Do you think that move was big enough that it would be? Do you think his impact? Do you think Kevin Durant has been the impact that has led them to being as high of a seed as they are, or do you think it's the other team the team they already had there? What is your thought?
Well, no, I think KD is big. They have a closer now. The problem with the Rockets is that they couldn't close games up.
Yeah.
There was a game. I'm trying to remember the game where KD was top of the key. No, is it top of the key or somewhere on the court, and Şengün was trying to come for a screen, and he rejected the screen. I was like, "Don't go, ISO, give me ISO." No, I got this, and he closed the game out for them. I think he went to overtime. I can't remember the game exactly. But that's what they had. I think that was a good trade for both teams. And speaking of the Suns too, then Booker is the alpha now. That is when the Suns are a good team, when he's the alpha. 2-3 seasons ago, he was taking a backseat to KD and maybe to a degree Bradley Beal also. Now he's the alpha. There's no drama. There's no outside noise, no nothing. Just pure basketball. Their coach, no one knows him. It's not Frank Vogel. It's not two coaches that have won championships and come with a championship pedigree resume. So it looks like everything has just calmed down. No one is saying nothing, and they're just playing good basketball. So I think for both teams, the trade worked out well because Houston gets a closer. They close games out. Suns get them Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green and whoever, I forget who they got also. Dogs. They have dogs in that team now. Like, they're dealing. Like, I'm not a big fan of Dylan Brooks, but I like his dog, and I like the dog in him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I think
absolutely.
that's what that team needed, and it's good. It's good for them. It's good for them, man. Just keep playing ball. But I do like. I also like the Lakers additions. Also, Marcus Smart. That's a big one. Marcus Smart. I like Jake Laravia. I
Yep,
don't know if you watched him a lot. Jake Laravia, I like him. I like how he plays. He's
he's balling
really
out.
energetic. He's balling out too.
Aiton's
So
playing good.
18,
Aiton,
so sad that he got injured.
way better than I thought he was going to play. I'm going to be honest.
Hmm.
It is. I will say though, the injuries was a problem. That's been a problem for him being in and out of the lineup. So hopefully he can bounce back and come and make an impact. But yeah, the Lakers made big changes. I was complaining about them. I thought they weren't going to be enough, honestly.
Yeah, and then the one that's disappointing again, Clippers. Like Clippers brought in Bradley Beal out for the season, and then brought in Chris Paul. Chris Paul hasn't really played um that much. Shout out to Chris Paul and his retirement also.
Yep.
Shout out
Shout.
to him
Yeah.
retiring, going on his retirement tour this season. So it's kind of been disappointing also. Brought in what's his name? This guy from Bucks. Big man, um Brook Lopez.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, brought in Brook Lopez again, disappointing. So I think from a disappointing point of view, Clippers are the ones to Atlanta also bringing in Porzingis. They haven't really been shaking again. Trae Young is out, Trae Young is out, but it's just been disappointing from Atlanta too. So those are the ones I can think of right now.
Those are good. Those are good. Oh, another one, the 76ers, and now I can actually say this for real because they brought it. They have some rookie talent that is going to be incredible for them. That's shown some flashes, and then they also Max is playing. They're playing really really good basketball, and they're eighth or ninth right now. But they have I think they're 9 wins or 10 wins. So
You have an insane obsession with the Sixers. I
well,
don't know
it's true
what it
this
is.
it's true this season though. I can actually say it.
I don't know what it is. You just have a quiet like it's like you. Anyways,
They're way better than they were last season for sure. I would say their start has been, but yeah, I had to throw them in there. Shout out to the 76ers. No thanks to Embiid. Should Embiid? People are saying Embiid should retire. What are your thoughts on that, David? Talk to me. Does he
Embiid
retire?
retiring. I keep getting lost on the fact that him and Kawhi surprised me because they come and they play for a bit and then they just get miraculously injured. Like they finish a game and then they get injured. Like
Yeah.
Embiid played like what? He played like 4 games and it's not like he played full on, 48 minutes. He played like two, he was on minutes restriction.
Mhm.
And he played like what 5, 6, 7. I don't know how many games he played on minute restriction, and he got injured. What? I
Yeah,
still
no.
don't know how it happens. But
That's
I
Embiid
don't know.
for you. That's Embiid for you. Yeah, he's a disappointing player, but the 76ers have been able to win despite his inability to stay healthy, and that's why I think they're a better team than they were last season because they could not figure that out last season. It's a long season though, so stuff could change. So speaking of that, it's almost December. The standings for the top 8 are pretty wild in my personal opinion. I did not expect them to be what they are, but I don't think they're going to look the same at the end of December. So I made a list, and David, you can either say your list or tell me how crazy my list is. But this is my list for top 8 in both conferences at the end of December. First is OKC in the West. That's not going to change. I'm not going to be delusional and say that's going to change. I am going to say second is the Lakers. I don't think that's delusional because they are playing a great level of basketball, but they're going to have to stay consistent and stay healthy. And I think with LeBron back in the lineup, full time, if he's staying healthy and staying connected, they're just going to get better. They already have. So I think they'll bump up to second. Nuggets are third. They're not going to drop too low. Nuggets are going to be right at third. Rockets are fourth. So that's pretty much the same top 4, just a little switch. I do think the Suns bump up to fifth. I think the Timberwolves bump up to sixth. I think the Warriors are seventh. And I think the Spurs fall to eighth, losing Wemby, and they might even fall below that. What are your thoughts on that list? Do you have any changes on that one?
Well, are we doing top 8 or top 10?
I only went to 8 because the bottom 2 teams I don't know, but it's what is it after the Spurs or nine? Who's ninth right now? I know 10th is the
Ninth is
Grizzlies.
Portland. Shout out to Portland. Portland are playing. I mean, they are doing enough to stay a playing position. That's what I'll say. So we'll leave it at that. They are doing enough to stay in a playing position.
Yeah, for real, there.
So yeah, then Memphis. Memphis is one game above the Jazz, which is kind of weird. And then you have the Clippers and Sacramento and Dallas and whatever. What do you think of your list?
The fall off is so bad.
Yeah. OKC is definitely one. No one's changing that. They're on a 9-game win streak. Denver, I think Denver will finish second because Denver is currently second right now. LA will be third. Rockets fourth. I'm going to stick with San Antonio as the fifth seed.
Okay.
I'm going to stick with San Antonio as the fifth seed. I'm going to stick with Phoenix. I'm going to leave the top 6 as they are. So Phoenix as the 6th seed. I'm going to. The only thing I can see happening is if the Clippers go on a crazy run, they might overtake for that 6th, 5th seed. But I don't see that happening. Minnesota, I have Golden State finishing 7th, Minnesota 8th. Again, Clippers, I think, wouldn't be obviously because the 10 teams, 6 teams make the playoffs, and then 7 to 10, fight for the play-in and all that fun stuff. So I think Clippers will make the play-in. Maybe finish up. Memphis is not going anywhere. Let's be real. Memphis is just a joke of an organization, really. So Memphis, yeah. Portland. If Portland makes it, I'll be happy. Like if Portland makes it, I'll be happy. But we'll see. We'll see. There's still a lot of basketball to play. But yeah, I'm going to leave it as it is, just because I think the parity in the West will come when they play themselves. You know what I mean? Like when they go, like when the Lakers play Houston or San Antonio or Phoenix or whatever, I think that's where the parity will come in. That's where we'll know who is who. Because if they go play other people, like they'll probably win or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that. I can see that too. And time will tell, but it's definitely going to be exciting. And I do think we'll see a lot of good basketball in December. In the East, I've got the Raptors overtaking the Pistons and ending up first by the end of December. Detroit second. I've got the Cavs moving up to third. I think they're going to kind of kick it into high gear and have a really good December. Fourth, Knicks. Fifth, 76ers. Sixth, Heat. Seventh, Hawks. Eighth, Magic. What are 9 and 10? Do you have it on pulled up? Because I do not. I can find it.
Right now, 9 is Chicago, and then 10 is Boston.
That's not going to change. I think those will remain the same. But I've got some movement. I've got the Raptors overtaking the Pistons, and because the Raptors are back, they're on the rise. Come on now, they're on a run, and I think they can maintain it.
Bold call. That's a bold call.
I'm full of them. You mean a stupid call? Bold is just another word for a stupid call.
Here's what.
Anyways.
Chicago surprised me. They started off really hot and they've kind of cooled down.
Yeah, kind of weird. They have cooled off. You think they'll heat back up?
Well, I have no. No. That was just like early season, high energy. The season has begun. They're not doing that. Detroit is number 1. Detroit. I'm going to stick with Detroit. There's just something in this Detroit team. Kane Cunningham he's grown into a leader. I think we should not overlook that. He's grown into a superstar is that's a stretch, but he's growing into a star. Let's call it what it is. Growing into a star. He's leading this team well. I love what Detroit is doing. Toronto Raptors. Yeah, definitely Raptors finishing second, which would be shocking to see considering Boston and New York and Milwaukee have ruled this conference for a minute. Yeah, Toronto, Miami, Cleveland. I think Cleveland will go above Miami, so I do agree with that. Cleveland finishing third. Knicks finishing 4th. Miami 5th. Sixers 6th. Atlanta without Trae Young is also looking good right now too. Atlanta without Trae Young is also looking good, so we'll leave that there. But Sixers 6th, Atlanta 7th, Orlando 8th, and then Chicago and Boston. So this is what will happen. Either Boston falls off or Milwaukee falls off. Two of them are not making it. Two of them are not making it in top 10. That's my bold take.
No, that's a solid take. I think it's going to be Boston that doesn't make it.
You think so? Not Milwaukee?
I think Boston misses it. But I don't know. That could be a crazy take. I think the Bucks will sneak into it, but I don't think they'll make it very far. If even to the first round of the playoffs, I think they'll have an early exit, and I truly think that'll be it for Giannis's time there. But time will tell. I don't know. I'm not going to say he's going to be a Laker for sure because he could go anywhere, and a bunch of teams will want him. But I think there is a chance he could end up in the purple and gold if he leaves, especially if we're looking at a scenario where LeBron is on the way out. I think they'll probably try to match Luka up with somebody. But also, I mean, you've got Austin Reeves. You've got a really good future in LA, and you don't have to jump at a superstar either. So it's exciting to see that. Moving on to our last segment of the show, we're going to do, instead of a top 5, top 10 current NBA players. I want to make a statement. This is really one of these players, his statistics, he just came back, but he is in the top 10. He's never not going to be in the top. As long as he's playing basketball and playing the minutes he is, he'll be a top 10 player. So if that gives anyone any hints, but no. So I'll read my list off. Top 10 current NBA players. Coming at number 10 is LeBron James. This is my spoiler. That's the player I was referencing because, listen, I get it. He's averaging like 14 points a game, but it is LeBron James and his impact. He's played 2 games, right? Has he only been back 2 games?
He has been back 2 games.
He's back 2 games.
2 games. Jazz. Yeah.
He's going to be averaging 22 to 24 points when he's fully back. And that's definitely a top, and his impact beyond that is a top 10 player impact. So LeBron's my 10. And then I've got Kevin Durant coming in at 9th. He's averaging around that 24 points a game mark. And you can definitely tell, I mean, he's a legend and he's still KD. You can tell he's aging and he's not quite the same player he was in certain moments, but he's definitely still an asset for that Rockets team. And like you said, he's a closer. You need someone to close a game, that's him. And so he is, in my opinion, a top 5 closer in the NBA still. So he definitely is on this list. And then coming in 8th, I got Anthony Edwards. This is one of the best players in the league, and he's continuing to grow each season. The Timberwolves are a pretty solid team. They obviously smacked our Lakers and have smacked a lot of teams in playoffs and regular season scenarios. So the Timberwolves are in good hands with Edwards. 7th, I've got Jalen Brunson. He is, in my opinion, I don't want to say he's the reason the Knicks are where they're at because they are. I mean, they have Cat. They have a really good team around him, but he is a very large reason that this team is where they're at. And he's given them a face that they haven't had since the 90s, and he's a big part of that. It's not just him, but he's a big part. And then 6th is Steph Curry. You can't have a top 10 without Steph Curry because he's still Steph Curry. The Warriors are a little bit on the disappointing side, but I do think he's going to be a pretty exciting player, and he already is. He's helping them win games when they are winning. And then 5th is Wemby, and the reason Wemby is on this list is because, I mean, again, he's averaging enough to be an MVP candidate and a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. I know he's out, but since he's probably coming back sometime in December, he's on my list because of how he was playing basketball. 4th is Giannis, another player that's had bitten by the injury bug, but he's another player that is a top 5 talent and is putting up top 5 stats. I got SGA at 3rd. This is where my list, I might lose you here, David. I might lose a couple people here. I got SGA at 3rd. Great player, obviously averaging some of the best offensive stats, and his impact on his team, what they're doing is great. But again, his team is great without him. And so in my opinion, if you take him out, they're still winning the games. And these other players, you could say the same thing, but it's a little different. His impact is great, but I think these players' impact are a little bit higher. 2nd is Joker. Joker's impact right now is, and as I'm saying this, maybe this is me just being a Lakers fan with who my number 1 is, but I think it's valid. But 2nd is Joker. He's having one of his best seasons, and he just continues to honestly improve. He's a player that's great, but is still improving and showing us that he's better each season and reminding us who he is. And then 1st is Luka. Luka has had the most 40-point games, I'm pretty sure, in the season so far. And if he keeps playing like he is, and the Lakers keep winning games, it's either him or SGA that is probably winning the MVP. Even though Joker is playing great basketball, I truly think it's going to be a head-to-head matchup. Now, Luka has to stay healthy because he's not under at the limit, but he's already missed a few games. And so he's got to be aware of that. But if he stays in and plays, I do think he is a top 2 MVP candidate. And in my opinion, the way he's playing basketball, he's the number 1. He's the best player in the league. So that's my top 10, David. Where did I lose you? How far back?
I can't put LeBron on this list for one reason.
You said you do not.
I can't, like, right now, I can't put LeBron on this list right now. He's 2 games
fair.
in.
That's
I
fair.
can't put him in, right?
That's fair.
I'm going to replace LeBron with Cade Cunningham.
Oh, ooh, okay.
I'm going to replace Cade Cunningham.
Yeah.
The same reason why I can't put Kyrie or AD in this. Just that's why I can't put LeBron. He just got back. Like,
that's fair. No, that's a good point.
In terms of this, that's why this season, current players this season, he just came back. So I'll put Cade Cunningham there. I'm going to push Anthony Edwards and Jalen Brunson to 9th and 8th respectively. So it's Cade Cunningham, then Anthony Edwards, and then Jalen Brunson. And I put Anthony Edwards that low is just because where Minnesota is right now. I think he can be so much better as he is. And if he's so much better, we also know what Minnesota can do. So and then same thing with Jalen Brunson also. Again, Knicks overall are disappointing. He's been good, but I think he can be so much better. There's still so much to go. And then I have Steph. Then KD. I have Steph, then KD. So Steph will be
7th.
KD will be 6th.
Okay.
I'm debating Wemby. Now again, Wemby. We're going to leave Wemby at the 5th spot because I saw him do ridiculous things while he was playing. And again, this is not a season-ending injury. If this was a season-ending injury, then yeah, maybe I could have been like, Wemby should be out of there, and maybe I'd have pushed everyone up and then put Tyrese Maxey in there. But Wemby is coming back and he's not going to drop a beat. So we'll leave Wemby at the 5th spot. Giannis at the 4th spot. Completely valid. Luka will be the 3rd. I don't agree. Luka will be 3rd.
Fair.
Jokic will be the 2nd. And then SJ will be the 1st. Now this is a tight one. This is a tight SJ and Jokic is a battle we didn't really see coming. And I think for the next at least 3-4 years, this will be ongoing. So SJ 1, Jokic 2, Luka 3, Giannis 4, Wemby 5, KD 6, Steph 7, Brunson 8, Anthony Edwards 9, and Cade Cunningham 10. Yes. Current players, best NBA players, top 10 current NBA players in the NBA. Again, right now. We leave it there.
Good list. Anyone in the comments, live or when we're off live, if you want to give us a list to do next time, if you want to give us your own top 10 best player list, let us know. We'll always be happy to look at that and talk about whatever you guys want us to talk about. This takes us to the end of another show. This has been another great start to the NBA season, end of the Well Beyond the Arc season. But this is not the only place where you can find us. David has a podcast. Are you guys currently on? And if not, tell us
right now was on the break. We were on for a bit, but due to some limitations, well, currently on a break. But I'm hoping to be back by New Year again. If you're a big soccer fan, the English Premier League is back on. Soccer doesn't stop. The World Cup is coming here in 2026. So we'll definitely be covering that. If you're in the US, we'll be covering that. But yeah, Mind of Football Fans podcast where we talk all things English, or rather the Premier League football. So yeah, check us out if you're into soccer, or just check us out if you're into podcasts, really. Yeah.
Yep, definitely check them out. And then for me, the College Football Junkie, we are back. We've been a little bit back and forth, but I think we'll be back next week. So we won't be back for the holiday weekend, but we will be back. I don't know, December 5th, I think, is when we'll be back. So tune in to the evening of December 5th. We will do the College Football Junkie and hopefully be talking about the Huskers coming off of an Iowa win, but I'm not feeling super confident after that Penn State game. So it was a little bit of a rough one. But anyways, we'll leave that for that show. But anyways, thank you guys so
I was
much.
literally just
Did you watch that?
about to say that.
Did you watch that game? Did you watch the
I
Penn State
I
game?
stopped watching Penn State games after we lost to UCLA. After we lost to UCLA a while back,
We
I
should have
stopped
watched
watching
the
Penn State. I
Nebraska
gave up.
one. They
No,
absolutely kicked our ass.
I went to I went to watch the Whiteout game live. You know, as that's my alma mater. You know, so I went to watch that game live, the Whiteout against Oregon, the overtime loss. You know, to Oregon. I went to watch that live, and I was disappointed, and it was just a landslide from then on, and I couldn't
That's fair.
no
Well,
more. But
I think you would have
maybe
enjoyed it.
we need to win one more, and then we're bowl eligible.
So that's something. That's good at least.
I don't know.
Something. I think they'll be a solid team next year. I think that their new coach, hopefully they get the guy they have in the locker room right now. They seem to rally around him pretty well. But anyways, again, tune in to both of our other shows, and we will be back within the next few weeks. We'll come back with more basketball for you guys. Thank you guys so much, and we'll talk to you next time.
Sounds good.